What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Survival Crate series. Last episode, we cleared out the entire underneath of here. Obviously, kept the things that have materials in them. So all of our XP, iron, alloy, for some reason, brick. I don't know why I kept brick, but we still got work on the pillar of the trains. But oh well. So yeah, last episode, we completely cleared this out. We worked on getting some more of those set up, and then we just got this side to go. Then we got to try and go through and reset power. It's gonna be a little iffy. I did make some more fluid tanks just so we don't have to worry. May run out though. Yeah, need a little bit more, just a little bit. Good thing I have an extra chunk. Planting those two. I just need more, not brick. I got brick on my mind. There we go. We got 32 and 32. That honestly should be just enough of what we need. I got to go press and press these little copper ingots. Pop all those in there. We'll let that go for a minute. This surprisingly is still going. Let us know the chunk loaders still work. And hopefully our yard over here is still going to. Hopefully. Not fully sure if it will, but we'll have to find out. Okay, there we go. We have that set now, so we can just put that in there. Let's do that. And we got 32 more. Perfect. Obsidian farm is still going. Actually, how much obsidian do we have? I do need to add a clutch to this so I can turn it off. 17,000. Okay, so yeah, I only need one. I'll be honest, I can actually just... Power will stay on though. I'm not turning that off anyway. I think we have enough obsidian for a little bit. Need anything else unless I want to make like a massive portal for some reason. I don't know. So something we got to do. We got to put power up to this, which means we're going to have to try and get a power source. Now, something I'm thinking about doing is putting the power in here in these back corners. So one over here and then one over there. And then basically walling it off just so the only thing back here is power. And then I can run all like the power things through the wall. So everything will be like that. The bad thing is this wall is that one block. So I got to try and figure that out. I don't know how well that's going to work. If not, we're going to have to go power right through it. It's going to be great. Not something I was planning on, but oh well. Something else we got to do. We got to clear out all this lava down here. I got to get rid of all this lava. We got to get rid of all these trap doors, which means we're just going to get a block. So this is definitely going to take a minute just because I got to manually cover all this up. I could do some blocks, like we're just getting buckets and grabbing the lava. I'll be honest, I don't want to do that because I don't want to have 7,000 lava sitting in a backpack because I already have so much wasted space in that just by random blocks I don't or I'm using right now. So that is something I do not want to do. And there we go. So let's get rid of all these trap doors. I don't have to worry about this little area ever again. And then we can just get lava flowing through. Now, it might be a better idea to add another lava tank to this, just so this lava tank would go straight to that one. I'll have another lava tank, which would go to another one. Probably make it easier, but also adding pipes to this would make it faster, which is probably the best idea. I don't know if I actually want to do that to refill it quicker. It would be good, but right now, definitely not. So we're going to hold off on that little idea. I just need to get rid of all this. All right, so we are right at the end of this. I just gotta get rid of all this. We no longer have anything. Now, technically, I could turn this into another infinite lava source, but I'm not going to just because that means I need to dig out a little bit more, and I have this right here. Now, it would be pretty easy to just cut this off and make it go over there, up and over, just so it's not in this area. I really don't want to do that, so that's what we're not going to do. I just need to clear all this out, and then we have to, I hate to say it, I'm going to refill it with dirt just so I don't have to worry about seeing this in free cam whenever I come through. Now, I might be able to do something with this, but right now, hopefully not. So, we're just going to get rid of it, fill it up with dirt, and then dirt or cobble, whatever I got really. And this also lets me get a little bit of pipe back, but also some schematic cannons. I just got to grab all my cobblestone from all my storage. All right, and I have completely covered everything. Now we just need a little bit more brick, and then about that, and then I need stone brick. And bingo, the wall is now completely hidden. We don't have to worry about anything for now. Now, something I actually could do once we wall these off with like the power, because I mean it's gonna go out to like probably here. I can put those pumps or tanks right here, and that would be perfectly fine. Because really, I might have everything running across the top as it is. Obviously, we'll have to get rid of that so you won't see it, but I probably would just have the pipes running across the top, and then we'll have it organized with like whatever it goes to or something. I don't know. That would be a pretty good idea. Let me get a schematic real quick of the power. I mean, it is a pretty small power system, so I shouldn't have to worry about using too much space. What are you? You're the updated obsidian farm. I don't need you, but I will change smallest power. Where'd it go? Steam it. There it is. So yeah, that would be like that. And then we'll obviously have to rotate it because this will be a power exit because that is full speed, or not full speed, a majority of full speed. So yeah, that would be perfect low power. We're actually going to push this because I want all of like the power to go to the roof. So basically, all the power is going to go through the roof. If it goes to a machine, it's just going to drop down from that machine. If there's water or lava needed for it, same thing. It's going to have pumps that go for water or lava going all the way through the roof. So I shouldn't have to worry. This can be backed up. I mean, right there is perfectly fine. We'll have these right here. And then yeah, that would be like that. And if we ever need to come in, it's just okay. So yeah, we can put our water and our lava here. Our lava is going to have probably be on this side because I'm going to have a pipe that is able to be ran over there. I'll probably have to add like a little splitter off to this one, and then we can use that and connect it up to. Or I just keep them, put them. That side's going to be easier for getting lava. This side, just because we are farther away, we drag this one way over here real quick. That's our power. Let's make sure everything is, yep, that'll be fine. Then we go out, so right here. There we go. So yeah, it would honestly be better if we just put the water and lava here on those sides. How far is this? I mean, that will still be pretty well under. Obviously, we'll have like maybe a block or two for the belts. Isn't there like a launch thing? Spring? Can't remember if there's like a depot launch. I thought there used to be one where you're able to launch stuff to it, just so you don't have to worry about, the 7,000 things of belts and everything. I can't remember if that's on the mods I have now or if that's a completely separate mod. That would be perfect. And all I got to do is just add belts here and then add little points where the items just jump off and go straight onto that. That would be nice, but I don't think I have it. So all the belts will be right here. I don't know how many. I mean, we are going to have a good chunk of machines. Everything's going to lead up to the same. I just want it to where, and then once it goes farther in to where you can't really see it, that's when I will cut all down into like one, maybe two belts. I definitely feel like that would be a cool little design. And then I won't have to worry about ever coming down here. All I got to do is just go straight to my storage and we're set, other than, fixing power. Speaking of power, chunk loaders, where's the grid? We're on this one still. The wrong way. Are you in a power grid? You are. So one chunk loader will completely work for you. Nice. Over here, though, I don't think it will. No, it would just be out. It would just be out by a little bit. That means if I leave the chunks I have, so if I leave the 10 chunks, this one gets gone. This side won't. So really, I can push this up one more. That will still be in the chunk. I shouldn't have to worry about. Yeah, that will still be in that chunk. Then we can just push this forward up one more. I'm okay with that. Yes, I'm using a little bit more space, but really, I don't want to have a chunk loader set on a 3x3 so everything in this chunk will be auto powered. I don't know how much I want that, but all right. Let's throw this back in. I don't need to worry. Let me eat some of my baked potatoes. It sounds like it's raining out there. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, so good. That's all good. I could, hold on, are these two the same? Something I could do. I could change this wall a little bit to where I could put one here, have a space, and then we do this side. Obviously, I can cover up that wall. I just need more stone brick, or I could just really grab what's there and push it forward one. That would be perfectly fine. And then I can grab this, and I can put these on this side. So everything will still be there. It's almost at the same level. That would probably be better. And that means everything on this side will still get power from water. Everything on that side will still get power and water. You know what? We're doing that. I'm not doing that little way that we were going to do earlier by putting it there. Nah, I need these borders gone. Ouch! I forgot I had a drill and it makes it faster. And then I just do the same thing on this one. We don't have to worry. And then for the water, all I really need is just one simple infinite water source. And we'll be perfectly fine. I don't have to worry about water. Now, we are using a lot of water. I can add 2 pumps to it with 2 different water sources just so they fill up faster. And everything's behind here, so I won't. Nice. Do this. There we go. Perfect. That is pretty good. Now, I do want these to be kind of symmetrical. That part's going to annoy me on how we have this little piece there. I could just copy it for the same one. I could just scoot those over. Hello, creepy man. Nice to see you. Yeah, I could just push that. Or just get rid of this. If I get rid of that, that means I'm going to have 3 on this side, 2 on that. That's something I didn't want. But it does give me a little bit of time to reconfigure all that. Not what I was planning for that one. I could scoot this and that was still. I don't know how to do this. Or I scoot the more left and then I push this back. I got no clue. I gotta try and figure all that out. We can try and focus on that later. I'm not too worried about it. So power would be in those two. We have these two here, which would be water and lava. I just need to set, I guess. And then we got to come back through with all of our schematics and figure out where we can place these for you. I don't know if I should do one side with big machines, the other side with small machines. I mean, we do have a lot of small machines compared to big ones. The only two big ones I think we have are, or three big ones, are the alloy and iron farm, which really we're not even going to need, are the only three that we're really going to have that are big ones. Those can probably all go there, just in a simple. Our small ones probably going to be a little iffy just because they are very fine by me. Sorry. Something I'm going to do real quick. If you remember, our pig died down here in the train. We had Mr. Bacon baconing. Let's go ahead and run this through again. We have a lot of zombies. I definitely need to put some like torch over here. I mean, normally we don't have to worry about monsters because we're not really going to be worried about say. I still got to go to farming island, fix something. We're not supposed to have poisonous potatoes at all. There's still some things I have to fix. That's great. Find another animal real quick. I could use a bear, but he's too big. He might be dead instantly. I'll probably get too mad at the ceiling and try and attack it. I could use a bee because they are smaller. I don't know how well that would work. Bird, we'll try a bee. Come on, buddy. You're going to be leaving your home. Can I even put bees on? I didn't think I can. What is that? I don't remember doing that. Okay. Well, that's not how. Let me see if I have a lead on me in the first place. Don't leave now. Taking right back here. I don't think I have a lead. I don't have. All right. Well, we'll get one real quick. Thought I knew I might carry one on me. I guess not. I have 25 leads. I think I'm okay for a little bit. Ready? Take a seat. Hold. Okay. So at farming port, which means I got to move you up. This one we actually have to increase to 5 minutes, and then we're going to add an extra 5 seconds to it just so it has time to fully get whatever it needs, and then it's on. Do that real quick. Let's move him up here. Here, sit by a flower. Whatever you do, don't go over the hole. Oh, look, the lead. Continue. Boom, boom, boom. I should probably also limit the speed. Please don't be out here. I may have killed him. Alright, so we do that. Let's add a little power system just so we can lose that. Where'd the bee go? There he is. Sorry, buddy, but you're not going to be going home for it. So you should go. And you should just run through this one and run through that one. Let me go down here to verify you don't get killed by a roof. That's a big possibility. Sit down here and wait for it to fly in. He's good. Alright, not too. He runs over here. Should stop at this one for 5 minutes. Load whatever it needs. And then it should come up here. Grab whatever it needs from there. And then place into here. Which means I probably should have done. But you're not even going to grab anything. So that's just going to keep going. Okay. I am okay with that. I need to refill my lava tank, water tank, just so I can keep my jetpack active. Ouch. Alright, there we go. And now we have set fluid. We don't have to worry. Okay, so I gotta try and figure out how I could get everything set. Because, again, the power on this side is going to run for this pump also. So if this is on, these should still be constantly getting full no matter what. Hopefully, no matter what. And then I'm not too sure. I try and figure out how I'm able to get all the machines put in without causing so much clutter and everything is like just perfect set so I don't have to worry. But I don't know. Why do I have coal on me? Okay, that's weird. I got a bomb. I got a bomb. I want to see what this bomb can do. Ooh, look, a witch. Airstrike. Nice. I forgot it sits there for a second. I was like, oh no, my airstrike went wrong. Now, let's go to our board real quick. Let's see what we have. So redo the entire power grid. Basically, what I mean power grid is the underneath. I was going to do a building where we have all like our power, which will go to every single spot, but I'm not going to do that. We're just going to talk about underneath. Redo storage. We are definitely going to do that. We're going to cut this shorter, hopefully make it to where it's a little bit better. And, we have a designed building instead of this. And it looks something like probably these if I could find a building like that. Decorate. Basically more trees. And I don't know what else I want to add to decoration. Lanterns to the bridges. Yeah. So I do want to try and work on one thing at a time. Obviously, we still have the pillars. Really, I'm not going to worry about that just because, well, I don't need to right now. I just got to try and figure out how I can get all of this put in here. That's going to be the hardest part is trying to figure all that out. And then, yeah, storage is going to be a whole different building. I'm going to have to make it longer. If not, we can turn it to a square. We just are going to have to change our pathway up a little bit and probably this. I'll be honest, it'll probably be better if I have the train that goes up and then cut through the back here and then it continues out straight, continues up to there, or we just have a full underground tunnel. But I'm not sure yet. I'm not there. So I gotta try and figure all that out. What are you doing? We still got a lot more things to do. We are going to be ending this episode right here. I do want to try and keep the videos a little bit shorter, just because I do notice they seem to be doing a little bit better than like the 20-30 minute long videos. So we'll probably stay with the whole 15-minute, 18-minute around there. But yeah, next episode we're gonna work on getting the power put in, and then we will try to fill up these with the water and lava, and then hopefully once we get those two set, we can start working on more machines. I could probably get the belt set over, and then, well, we can work on storage whenever we get that ready. Yeah, right now we are gonna end today's episode here. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Today is the final day for the poll, so if you do want to vote on what the next series will be, it is in the little post tab. Once you click on my profile, just go to the post. The poll should be right up there. I don't know if it's still active just because it's been a few days. If it is, go ahead and make a vote. If it's not, I would say just put it in the comments. Yeah, that will let you vote on what the next series is going to be. We're probably going to do another series too, just so we have a total of 3. We'll still have this one. This one will still be posted. Obviously, we'll have to cut it out a little bit now, just because we're going to have 2 different series. So far, the Zombie Apocalypse VR is still in the lead. Don't worry, everything is still going to be Minecraft. We're not going to be swapping games or anything like that, just because YouTube says no. And even if I do, well, it won't do good. So Zombie Apocalypse is there, and then for some reason I want to do like a little farming type mod pack. I do have one in mind. It's a pretty old one. I think the guy still updates it. I'm not fully sure, but we're gonna do that one too and turn that into a series. And then, well, as seasons and everything, and then you sell the crops for money, stuff like that. So we're gonna have a total of 3 series. I still gotta work on Zombie Apocalypse. I gotta get it to where I don't lag every single time a chunk loads in, which is my main issue right now. So I still got to work on some things, but again, today is the final day for the poll. So if you do want to vote, go make one now. There are 4 different options. Yeah, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it. And I will see you guys on the next one. Goodbye.